Legalization of marijuana is sparking new concern. More kids are ending up in the hospital because of cannabis edibles. That's according to a new study from researchers at Southern Illinois University. News 4's Paige Halsey breaks down those numbers.
Accidental ingestions of cannabis edibles are skyrocketing among children. That's according to a new study in the journal Pediatrics. Researchers at Southern Illinois University School of Medicine analyzed edible cannabis exposures in children under 6 from the National Poison Data System during 2017 to 2021. About 200 cases were reported in 2017. Cases jumped to more than 3,000 in 2021, an increase of almost 1,400%. During this time, the number of states that legalized recreational marijuana more than doubled. Currently, 21 states, including Missouri and Illinois, allow recreational use. In the study, nearly 23% of pediatric patients were admitted to the hospital. Children can suffer breathing difficulties, a rapid heart rate, dizziness, and confusion after eating an edible. Researchers say prevention strategies are critical in order to reduce exposures in children. They stress labeling edibles, keeping them out of reach of children, and changing packaging. Currently, many edibles are often packaged to look like common candy or treats, which can be attractive to children. For News 4, I'm Paige Halsey.
Researchers at SIU also found more than 90% of the accidental cannabis exposures were in a child's own home.